Find seats now.
Great sound.
What's that?
Great sound.
I'm going to start singing in a few minutes.
Oh, please, no.
I'll cut his mic off.
How do I put up with these people?
Why can't you all be nice like Kathy? Hush, fell over the room. Or big mouth can't hear the mic, so.
Two minutes to go. There might be a herd of people waiting outside to get into the room.
Dream on. I think we need to replace the battery in the clock.
What's that?
We need to replace the battery in the clock. I think it's crushed. Don't rely on it. You could be here a long time.
See, a last minute person came in. Maybe we would have started without them. On behalf of the Rainbow Lakes Estates Advisory Board, welcome to the July 18th, 2024 Advisory Board meeting. As a courtesy to others, please silence your cell phones and other electronic devices. If you need to take a call, please step outside. Talking or outbursts from the audience during the meeting will not be permitted. Please take seats if they are available. Board member and guests, if you wish to specifically call upon and speak with an individual in the audience during the meeting, please address the chair first. You do not need to address the chair to speak to other board members or to anyone from the public who is addressing the board during the agenda or general public comment portion of the meeting. This board has not allowed in the past, nor will allow in the future, personal attacks or insults against Rainbow Lakes Estate staff, advisory board members, or community volunteers. Please keep your comments appropriate. Holy One, known by many names and beyond all names, thank you for every seat that has been filled here today, for each mind and heart that fills the presence of this room. We thank you. Only you truly know what we are setting out to accomplish today. We have an idea, a vision, hints, and daily instructions. We have talents, abilities, and time to work. However, only you can see in perfect detail the end of every beginning, every project, every season, every life. Nothing is ever in vain, for even mistakes and missteps are used for good. Your righteousness transcends all our efforts and understanding. Forgive us our pride, the pride that puffs us up, and the pride that threatens to unqualify us. Strengthen our confidence in who you have made us to be. Set us free from comparison in order to work together efficiently. Bless this meeting today, all those present, all the residents, volunteers, and employees of Rainbow Lakes Estates, as well as the lives of those we will encounter afterward. Ready us to make every moment count. Amen. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Tiffany, could you do the roll call, please?
Kathy Bryant. Here. Paula Gottlieb. Here. Gary Levitt. Alan McKay.
Here.
Dallas Sutherland.
Here.
Rico Sakusa. Dan Wilcherson,
Here.
Okay. We have nothing on the agenda, do we? Old business.
Old business, yeah. Nothing new.
Okay, I need a motion for the approval of the minutes.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, we can go on to our advisory committee reports. Vice Chairman, Public Safety Representative Alan George McKay.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. All 2024 year-to-date audio files of the RLE Advisory Board meetings are available on YouTube. Can be found by searching for Rainbow Lakes Estates Advisory Board audio files. Please keep in mind, these are not Marion County files and solely my effort. No other board member nor the county have anything to do with this public service whatsoever. Number 2, the fire rescue assistance for June, urgent medical 15, immediate medical assistance 13, immediate fire assistant 6, urgent fire 6, and including miscellaneous, the total is 48. We've had a busy month. Regarding the traffic signal installation, I did contact Florida DOT engineer Michael Sanders, and his reply as follows. I told him that we'd had another bad accident at the intersection. In association with the signal scoping effort, it was revealed the right-of-way on the east side of US 41 is approximately 18 to 19 feet from the edge of the northbound travel lane due to the CSX right-of-way lines. The Florida Department of Transportation right-of-way line runs along the overhead electric line on the west side. I wanted you to be aware that there are design challenges with right-of-way clear zones and utilities for the installation of the traffic signal that the department will need to work through. Depending on how we work around these challenges to accommodate the traffic signal, it may add time to this effort. We acknowledge this is an important matter and will treat it as such, but want to manage expectations that it will take us time to finalize the design and fund construction. Please feel free to contact or check with me for status updates as we work on getting this needed improvement installed. And number 4, the requirements we, or RLE or Marion County, need to address are, and I've given the report to Tiffany, so it's going to be on the record. In addition to the traffic signal, the following short-term maintenance improvements are recommended for the intersection. Refresh the northernmost pavement arrow in the northbound left turn lane. Refresh the edge lines and install RPMs. I don't know what an RPM is. In the northwest and southwest corners of the intersection. It is recommended the local agency consider the following improvement. Refresh the stop bar pavement marking on Rainbow Lakes Boulevard. So basically what they're asking us to do is paint a road. Earlier this month, I sent individual emails to the board advising I was working on a presentation of our goals for the future. Apparently that was inappropriate and I apologize to all of you. I do not regret the effort and will continue to do so on my own. If any board member wants me to add their ideas to this presentation, I will gladly do so. It was and is my intention to get the ball rolling. We have facilities in serious need of overhauls and modifications, and this is the time to get this all ironed out, not after one of our buildings collapses or causes injury due to a lack of maintenance and upgrades. And finally, this year, approximately $138,000 of recreation money was found in an unmonitored bank account that has been accumulated over 20 years. This money should be earmarked for the repair and maintenance or updates our buildings need, starting with the Creative Art Building. All of these buildings are used for recreation purposes. All of our buildings are actually. And that's what the money was intended for in the first place. Thank you.
I think out of all our buildings, the Creative Arts Building is in the worst condition.
Yes.
All right, thank you, George. Levy County Representative Dan Wilshusen.
Okay, well, we have no new updates from our code enforcement, however, going around and checking on things out there. Most of the properties that were issues for us now have permit boxes and current activity for site-built properties going on. So I have a funny feeling that now that they have the new magistrating process, that is taking effect, and we're seeing a lot of our previous issues disappear. On roads maintenance, I would like to put in a work order to the office for the intersection of Southeast 105th and Southeast 129th. We know that there was a recent home built down at the end of this road, adjacent to 100th Place, and I believe that the truck traffic has torn up the intersection a little bit there. That needs to be rehabbed before we lose a car off the side again. Public safety, there's really no change. I mean, if we need assistance, we get it from Levy County. We don't have any roving patrols or anything like that. We did last week lose, they listed it as 5.75 acres. It actually was 6 acres that burned up in a wildland fire, initially stemmed by somebody clearing property. They started the fire and went into town, left it burning, and jumped the road and took out the 6 adjacent acres across the road from it. Other than that, everything else is pretty quiet in the back section.
Thank you, Dan. Roads Representative Gary Levitt is absent today, so we will move on to Buildings and Grounds Representative Kathy Bryant.
Okay, I don't know of anything new on any of the buildings other than the clubhouse, and that's it.
I think you gotta move this closer.
Did you hear?
Just,
Okay. I don't have any updates on any of the buildings or grounds. And the clubhouse, which is my concern, is on the old business. So we'll get to it then. That's all I have.
okay, thank you, Kathy. Code Enforcement Representative Rico Spicuzza is absent today, so Recreation Representative Paula Golick.
Okay. The clubs and open play programs should be on the table, so I'm not going to go into all the details for those two areas, except to say that the Fiber Craft Society has changed their hours from 12 to 3 p.m. Still the same days, the second and fourth Saturday, but from 12 to 3. Now, the garden club has been dissolved, and I didn't know that until today when I came here to attend the meeting, and there was no one here. So I just found that out, which was a surprise to me. The Pins and Needles Stitchers Club has 9 members, and most of them usually come, and they have a very good time together. So if you're interested in a Stitchers Club, they have room for you. In fact, also the Fiber Craft Society. The Poker Club, I haven't heard back from the president. The Women's Club does not meet over the summer, so their next meeting will be September 18th, which is the 3rd Wednesday. And she comes here and sits in the parking lot at 10 a.m. to meet with anyone who's interested in going. But she tells them what restaurant they're going to, and then they go to that restaurant and have lunch together. It's basically a social club. So if you're interested in doing that, you need to come to the parking lot at 10 a.m. on September 18th to find out what restaurant you're going to. And also the Domino's Club, I did not hear back from, so hopefully they're all doing well. And I must respectfully disagree. I think the clubhouse is more needed because no one's even using the clubhouse at this point. So I guess we'll be talking about that later. Also, the open play programs, I was talking to Robert yesterday, and Tater Tot Tuesday is really the only thing that anyone's coming to. He said everything else is available, but no one comes. So if you're interested in any of these programs, which should be on that table, come and show up and say, I'd like to do this, and he would be very happy to oblige you. Also, during Tater Tot Tuesday, it's for younger children, and Tiffany has kindly taken the older kids, like if someone brings a little one but has an older child who comes too, she takes them for Kids Corner during that same time. So I appreciated hearing that. Thank you, Tiffany. If you get the communicator, it tells the activities going on, but I know not everyone gets the communicator, so I'm going to go ahead and go over. Chair yoga will be on Mondays from 10 to 11 a.m. It's $5 per class and $10 per class for residents and $10 per class for non-residents here in the community center. Yoga is Tuesday nights from 7 to 8 p.m. $5 for residents and $10 for non-residents here in the community center. Zumba is Mondays from 7 to 10 p.m. on Saturday and 10 to 11 a.m. Mondays from 6 to 7 p.m. and Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. $5 and $10 here in the community center. Parents' Night Out is going to be the 24th of this month from 5 to 8 o'clock. The children must be a member of the youth center, 12 years old and under, and a guardian must be present. They will be having music, games, snack, and dinner in the youth center. Aviation Day will be August 19th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Radio-controlled airplane show, bring your own chair. Please RSVP so they know how many people are going to be there, and that will be at Seacliff Park. The Grandparents' Day Craft Workshop is for children ages 4 and up. The supplies will be provided. Also, please RSVP so they know how many children are going to be here. And it will be here in the community center on September 5th from 5:30 to 7:30 at night. The next plant swap will be August 20th, and then the one in September will be 9/17 from 6 to 7 p.m. It's open to the public, so anyone can come, and also it's here in the community center. And the youth center is open from 1 to 6 p.m. These are the summer hours. It's Monday through Friday. And Robert was saying he gets between 7 and 15 children a day, so that was good to hear. And the summer hours will end on August 9th. That will be the last day, because apparently school starts on August 13th, so it's coming fast.
I'm sorry, when was the last day?
The last day for summer hours will be August 9th. The Fall Craft Festival will have food trucks, live music, crafts, vendors, and bounce houses. That's going to be November 9th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the community center. And the fitness center, if you're interested, tours are every Wednesday. Make an appointment at the district office, and it's for residents only. We still have no part-time recreation person, so if you know anyone who's interested, they need to apply so we can get a part-time person. And have any decisions been made about disc golf at the Seacliff Park? I haven't heard anything about disc golf in quite a long time.
Disc golf, you're saying?
Disc golf, yes.
Katie Brighton, community manager. We haven't made any decisions or moved forward with disc golf at this point.
Are we going to? It was on the budget.
We did put it on the budget. I believe we're going to bring it back to the board to have a vote on whether we move forward with it or not.
Okay. Also, pickleball is Monday and Thursday mornings at 8 a.m. at Seacliff Park.
That it, Paula?
That's it.
Thank you. That's all the committee reports. Our special guests tonight are Lieutenant Julie Vowinkle, if I said that right, Katie, from Marion County Sheriff's Office, Katie Burton, the Marion County MSTU Recreation Manager, filling in for Chad tonight, and Dana Oleski, Marion County Chief Assistant County Attorney. And we'll start with Lieutenant Vowinkle. What's interesting going on in the neighborhood?
Is this already on? Can you guys hear me? Okay. So my name's Julie Bowinkle. I'm the new district commander at the Denellen District Office. I've been there about a month now. There's really no new crime trends going on. Everything's been really going well in here as far as what's being reported to us. We've had some traffic complaints, which is always going to be ongoing. I don't know if you've seen the deputies in here lately. I tried to print out, there was a map, but the map system wasn't working. When I looked 2 days ago, we had 37 traffic stops in here this month. So, you know, time permitting, you're going to see them doing the traffic stops, but they have to do the calls for service first. They're also doing security checks in here as well. Every 6 months, we do a bid within the whole sheriff's department for patrol, so the deputies in seniority are able to bid where they want to go. Also, some new positions have come open, so deputies also can put in to move to those new positions. So we have about 5 new deputies that are in our district. So you might see some new faces out and about. Some brand new guys that are just out of the academy, and then we have some that have just moved over to the district. So if you guys have any questions, you know where the district office is at, come see me. Nothing else to report.
I like all the brand new guys. They're just like the fire department. They look like they're 12 years old.
Oh, yeah.
And they come in, you know, with the ambulance, with the EMS, and I'm like, I'm dead.
Yeah, we did lose, we lost Deputy Roman Soto, if anybody knows him, to the school system, well, within us, for the school resource officer for the juvenile unit. And then Deputy McMurray, who's been out here for some time, I think he's been in this district for a couple of years. He's going to major crimes. So there's some movement happening. And then, of course, I'm new out here too.
Anybody have any questions or anything?
Yeah, I want to thank you again. I'm just astounded. It's great to see the extra presence. I like seeing it. I thank you again.
Thank you.
Please tell the sheriff.
I will. And again, if you guys see anything, don't complain after the fact. Call in when you see it. There's the 732-9111, which is the non-emergency. If you have an emergency, then of course 911. But a lot of times we have people come in after the fact saying, well, I'm seeing this happening, but they don't call and report it. We don't know what's happening if nobody calls and tells us.
You realize we have to read it on Facebook first before we can make that phone call. 'Cause
Yeah, sometimes that
it's only
happens.
true if it's on Facebook. Well, thank you, and welcome to Rainbow Lakes Estates.
Thank you.
Okay, Katie Burton, Marion County MSTU Recreation Manager. You got anything of interest?
I do, thank you. I have a few updates I'd like to bring to your attention. First of all, if you pull up your settings on your phone, there is no Wi-Fi in this building. So Pam has pushed forward the Wi-Fi project and the new PA system, as we can all hear. So those are huge successes for us right now. Thank you, Anthony, our sound guy, too, tonight. So excited about that. I think that's a major update that's going to help us with events going forward. Communicator has been redesigned. That is a working document. If you have feedback for it, please reach out to Pam or myself as we work on it. Pam also ordered brochure folders so that we have the communicator copies of it at every building, and they've also put it at the businesses in front of RLE. So we have a lot of communicator going out, and I'm still working on that postcard that's going to be going out to new residents. I just sent the annual fire letter, so coming from that, I'll have the data to send out the new postcard. So communication is being ramped up. Some upcoming projects that we're waiting on the quote process for are the basketball court resurface, and the annual playground mulch that gets updated, so we'll have those numbers for you soon. And we had the approach to the lake over here removed and the fence adjusted to better accommodate vendors for events. So for safety, we can have the vendors back off of the road and bring the crowd more into the campus. We also have our maintenance tech position is filled out here. Monty Coates is our new crew member. So we are still looking for that part-time rec position, but we have filled the technician position. That's all I have. Thank you.
I've heard a lot of good comments about the new maintenance guy.
Awesome. Me too.
He's very well liked.
That part-time rec position's been advertised since September.
Yes, it has.
It's never going to be filled.
We're working on some creative ideas for it, but it is still open.
I hope so, because I don't see that position getting filled.
It's a difficult one to find, especially at this location.
Right.
All right. Dana, you have anything to, you just come to visit us?
Yeah. Keep everybody in line.
Well, you're always welcome. Okay, moving on to old business. 6A, Rainbow Lakes Boulevard, the first medium island landscaping, an update and discussion on the progress of this. And we bounce right back.
Yes. This one is with Chad. He has the numbers for both the new landscaping and the maintenance of that landscaping going forward.
Are we taking into account any changes that FDOT may be requesting? Because I'm listening to you about the clearance that they're looking for on the sides of the road for the new stoplight. And it makes me very concerned about all the work that we've already put in, yet more work that we're getting ready to do on those front-facing walls. So I want to make sure that that's being taken into account.
We can review the scope of work and make sure it's not going to interfere before we do any of the project.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I had spoken to Chad about the brick walls, and are you aware, is the maintenance crew going to remove the bushes that are out there, or is the contractor going to remove them? Because they don't match or anything, so it's best to...
That would be the contractor based on the designs that we choose.
He'll remove those shrubs?
Correct.
Okay, thanks. Just want to make sure. Okay. 6B, clubhouse renovations, an update on the estimate for renovations and consideration on which projects this board feels are most needed within the building. You don't have the numbers for that right now.
Correct, yeah, Chad will present that in the next.
I've spoken to Chad, and actually it's going to come in as two separate bids. One would be for the work on the building itself, ceiling, asbestos removal, and what have you. The second bid would be for upgrading the bathrooms to ADA compliant.
Okay, so we're looking at two bids on this?
Yeah, it'll come in as a two-part bid. And it's going to come down to whether we want to completely do everything at once in that building or take some of those funds over to the Creative Arts Center. There's...
Yeah, are they is somebody putting together some sort of a work order for the Creative Arts Center so we have something to compare?
Actually, I wanted to ask Pam. Pam, is the carpet in there ruined? In the clubhouse?
The carpet in the clubhouse is rattling, so it's going to need to be replaced.
Was that done from the water damage?
No, it's just,
How old is that carpet? Do you
it's the same, we had it done when we had this carpet done. It's just when they did the,
And do you know if we're going to put carpet back in or the flooring like you have in the district office?
I believe that they're going to include both quotes.
What's that?
I think it's going to quote both as an alternative,
Okay.
an alternate.
All right. Well, I do know that the major thing is asbestos removal.
They found
You know.
asbestos just in the ceiling, the walls and floors are fine.
I'm not sure when the bids come in whether or not we really need to upgrade the bathrooms at this time versus we have another building that needs a lot of work. So it's something the board will have to discuss and decide at time. Go ahead, Dan.
I'm sorry.
I see you chomping at the bit down there. I'm partially deaf, but my eyes are still good.
Well, because I also had another request, because it's like, where are we with the Rainbow Room? We are so close to having that done. I'm like, tell me that we are close to
The
completion.
room back here.
Yeah.
The Rainbow Room, the new maintenance tech has had to redo some of the work that the old maintenance tech did, but,
No comment.
we're further along than we thought. I think, by August, September, it's gonna be completely done. We've still gotta paint, he's having to redo the drywall.
Oh,
So,
wow, okay.
yeah.
I was really hoping to have it, I'm sorry. I was really hoping to have this done by, the fall.
Oh, yeah.
So that
Yes,
can
yes, yes,
be
yes.
back in use, and you're telling me we're looking at August, maybe September. I'd like, if we can push this to get it complete in September, or in August for September use, I would really like to see that. Because that coincides with our quarterlies, which, by the way, I still need.
I was gonna ask, what's the rush? Are you getting married?
You never know.
Okay. The counters that you had purchased, they were damaged at one point.
Yes.
Do they have to be completely replaced?
No, we're trying to work it to where we don't have to replace them. I mean, instead of separating the cabinets or the countertops, they'll be butted together. So I purchased extra, how you redo the ends. So we'll try to use that to fix the corners that were damaged by the previous employee.
Okay. Thank you. Anybody else, anything about that? Moving on, 6C, the Rainbow Lakes Estates Medical Loan Closet. An update and discussion concerning the reopening of the medical loan closet on Southwest Ivy Place, the policy and procedures. And this will throw it right at you.
The loan closet is open, and we have not had any requests.
You have not?
We have not received any requests for medical equipment, but it is open and it's been posted on our new page.
I just saw one the other day. Somebody was looking for a wheelchair, and they were directed to the office. Is that not correct? Are we doing it wrong?
No, that is correct.
That is
We
correct.
didn't get a phone call.
Okay, all right.
So what is it they have to show to,
They have to show their Florida ID or driver's license.
A proof of residence, correct?
Yes.
Yes, okay, thank you.
Florida ID or driver's license, and then they call, and they have to give us 48 hours to pick up the,
Right.
give us a chance.
Having this in the community is actually a great idea. I recently had major surgery, and they ordered me a walker. Well, I've been out of the hospital 2 months, and the walker still hasn't arrived. And I thought I had good insurance.
You should have called.
So it's nice to know. So they just come up and show proof of residency, and is there a security deposit or?
No,
Good.
And I'm sorry, Pam, when did it reopen again?
it opened June 3rd.
Thank you.
Now, we don't have beds and those kind of things. We have
No.
walkers.
We have walkers, wheelchairs, crutches, potty chairs, shower chairs.
Oh, shower chairs with insurance doesn't even pay for anymore. You have to use a
There's few
commode
of
double.
those. Yeah, there's a few of those.
Our nice insurance industry.
And then you sign a waiver that you'll be responsible, or, you've looked at it and it's fine.
All right.
Could I go back to the clubhouse for a minute?
What's that?
We talked about 3 different places, but we didn't make any decisions on what we were gonna do first. Could we make a decision on what we're gonna do first, what we're gonna do second, and what we're gonna do third?
For what?
For the clubhouse, the Creative Arts Center, or the Rainbow?
Well, because we don't have the estimates yet, I'm going to ask Tiffany to put that on for next month's.
Okay, so nothing's gonna happen until estimates, and then we vote on the
We need-
order in which.
We need
we're
the
gonna do
estimates
it.
on the
Okay.
clubhouse, and I think we'll have to get estimates on the Creative Arts Center.
Okay.
And that doesn't need major work. It just needs some serious upgrades. I
It
mean,
needs lipstick.
thick lipstick. Paul RuPaul.
It's vintage 1968, come on.
Mr. Chairman,
I mean,
Okay, but the only thing is. there
all
are
the
people-
baseboard is off the walls. The middle room's deplorable, the sink, there's, the tile on some of the windowsills is broke, there's no blinds in the rooms. It is, you know,
All right,
and
but
even the
there are clubs
configuration of the
who are
rooms is probably wrong.
There are clubs who are meeting here in this building because they can't use that building, and if something is going on in this building, they can't use it. So I think, you know, we deserve for our clubs to have a place that they can stay.
And I agree with you, but
Yes.
if the bids are gonna come in, you know, as a dual bid, do we have to do everything at once to the clubhouse, or could the bathrooms wait a year? You know, why we use some of that funds over there, but we won't
Can the
know.
clubs meet in the clubhouse without bathrooms?
The bathrooms are already there, they're just not ADA compliant.
Is that okay if the clubs meet in the clubhouse without ADA compliant bathrooms?
They've been doing it for 60 years.
Okay,
And whereas at the Creative Arts Center, you gotta go outside to go to the bathroom.
okay.
Let's correct that.
Not in the bushes. No, well, there's a bathroom
Thank
outside.
Mr. Chairman, once the Rainbow Room is completed, the Creative Arts Center is on the schedule for painting and cabinet replacement and sink replacement. It's just we're behind and we only have one person, so it is on the list for lipstick.
And I think to address Paula's concern, a lot of the work that will be done on the clubhouse is gonna be performed by an outside contractor, not one of our internal people. So that's a totally different thing. I think that based upon what I'm hearing, and please correct me if I'm wrong, and sometimes I am, but it sounds like to me that these projects will be working simultaneously at the same time. So we have the Rainbow Room getting its completion and new work starting on the Creative Arts Center to bring that up to date, while the outside contractor works on getting the clubhouse up and running. Am I getting this correct?
Correct.
I have a comment I'd like to make.
What's that?
I would like to make a comment.
Good.
Okay, rather than having projects half done, I'm very familiar with the Creative Arts Building, and it's really not that bad. It's just cosmetics. But the clubhouse, why finish one part of it and don't finish the bathrooms? I would not personally use any of those bathrooms. So opening the building without the bathrooms is ridiculous. It's just
Well-
another half job.
And again, we're gonna put this on next month's agenda because we should have the figures by then. And I was told what a ballpark, and actually it's not, both estimates are not outrageous.
Right, but the bathrooms need to be finished with the building.
We will
I
discuss
agree.
that next month.
Yeah, but it also depends upon whether we have that in our budget. Can we swing that?
We have $143,000.
We don't know that for sure. We need to take a look at that and see how that breaks down, because there's a percentage that we're allotted each year. You can't just take the full amount, because now is the time that you want to do the work. Am I getting this wrong? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you don't.
Thank you.
Dan, you're very
Correct.
rarely wrong.
Correct.
How's that? All right, moving on to, oh Pam, I got something else to throw at you now. The Rainbow Lakes Estates Volunteer Committee background checks, an update in progress concerning making the background checks easier to obtain for our volunteers. I do understand this has been done.
Yes, they don't have to have a level 2, which is the fingerprinting.
Oh.
It's just a regular, they fill out the paperwork and return it to me and we process it.
So no drive to Ocala.
No,
And has any of the members put in their applications?
no.
Can we get that out, please? Because I think that will make a difference.
All right, can
I
you,
haven't received any applications back. We gave them to the committee, I don't know, several months ago.
Okay,
could we send an
Chair?
email out and remind them that they need to show up at the office?
Chair, then why don't we reach out to our subcommittee and let them know about the change?
I think she overheard us. All right, thank you, Pam.
You're welcome.
Okay, moving
I have a
on.
level 1 background check done, or had one for another organization. Is it good for a year, or do you have to do it every year?
Are you asking me?
Yes, I went to the sheriff's department.
What do you mean, where you go do a background check with us?
Yes,
It would probably depend on who's requiring your background check.
oh, okay, all right, I'll find
Is
it.
it a volunteer with us or?
No,
No.
it's volunteer with us.
Yeah, so it would be whatever they require. Sometimes a year is what they look at because, not that you've been arrested in a year, but stuff can change within a year. So, stuff can change within a week, but
Yeah.
typically it's good for a year, but I don't know what they require.
Okay.
I would say a year would be, if you had it a year ago, you probably need another one. They should probably be doing them yearly.
Okay.
All right. Okay, moving on, we have no new business, right? Am I correct? Anybody have any new business? Nope. Prior meeting update. So I don't know if this is a prior meeting update. Is anything being done about the dock?
Oh, yeah, good point.
I believe it's on the list for the new maintenance tech to take a look at and bring us future projects.
There's a lot on this list. Does this maintenance guy have roller skates?
It's in the budget.
Yes.
Well, I hope he doesn't roller skate on the dock because he's going over the edge.
We did get.
Now that we have Wi-Fi down here, can we possibly get a camera down on the dock so we can keep an eye on the little miscreants?
We can look into that, absolutely.
It's one of those kind of things that if we don't nip it in the bud, it's gonna continue.
The dock is one of those things that there's always going to be something.
Yeah.
As far as like popping the caps off the posts, that's a simple solution. Instead of just gluing them, put a screw on all 4 sides.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the end of that. As far as kicking out the railings, well, somebody need to kick them kids.
Attitude adjustment.
Yeah. Call their parents.
Could we look into how much a disc golf would cost? Get some estimates on that? Okay, thank you.
Okay.
We also need to make sure we have the space for it too. I know, but we need to make sure we have the space.
Can you all speak into the microphone so we all can hear? We're all part of the party.
We need to make sure that we have the space for it as well. Yes, I understand Seacliff is a large park, but these disc golf courses can be quite extensive as well. So it's like, I think it's not just an issue of cost, but it's also, do we have the area necessary to do it?
Mr. Chairman.
All right.
Mr. Chairman.
You gotta speak up too.
I'm speaking now. Go, look this way. Your eyes work, not your ears, remember? It would be a 9-hole, not a full 18-hole. That was the intended purpose, was a 9-hole.
This is like Frisbee, right?
It's like Frisbee, yes.
Yes.
We put bases out for the softball field when we had the dedication, and they are still there.
And this is Seacliff
Wow.
Park.
Yes.
We're talking about Seacliff
Yes.
Park. There's
Yes.
plenty of room over there.
Just wanted to let you know, it's just a 9-hole course, it's not an 18-hole.
Thank you, Pam. I appreciate that because I'm looking at the larger scale and I'm like, I don't think that's gonna fit here. We need more acreage.
All right, moving on. General public comment. Does anybody have anything they want to address the board? Come up to the microphone. Nobody signed up. Nothing, Marcy? Jennifer? Nothing? All right, well, that was a quick general public comment.
I'm like, are we doing okay? Are we working for you? Is this?
The sound is perfect. Thank you so much for the sound. Closer to us, I can read the names and stuff like that. That's where our idea was, I was saying.
You like us down here?
Yes.
Yes.
I like it down here.
I like it
too.
down here too.
I don't know, I felt more important up there.
I ain't important. I just live here.
Hey, all we need now is decent chairs to sit in.
Okay, look, one thing
Or
at a
I'll be
time.
borrowing a loan closet wheelchair.
We probably have enough wheelchairs for all of you.
I only need a captain, I don't need an admiral.
All right, moving on. announcements. Do any board members or guests have anything they would like to announce? No, you all got interesting lives.
Yeah.
All right, our 5-year plan workshop date has not been determined. And I am asking every board member here and resident, if you have any ideas of what you want to see happen and come into Rainbow Lakes Estates, attend that workshop so we can all work together with, you know,
That's what we're here for.
seeing the direction we're
We're here to
going.
work for your benefit. So if you think of something that you think you would like to see here in 5 or 10 years, you need to let us know so we can start working on that.
And set aside money as required.
Exactly. It all takes time. It all takes time. Yeah, we went down that too. There's some other things that we'd like to have back. Trust me, those are on our list. We accomplish the ones we can. The ones we can whittle away at, we do. So, but keep coming with them. Keep coming. We want to hear that feedback.
You know, you shave that beard off and you talk more.
It's lighter.
All right, that's it. Our next advisory board meeting will be held Thursday, August 15th, 2024 at 6:30 PM in the community center. Thank you all for coming. We're done.
You didn't beat me.
What's that?